any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting comedy when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Yeah.
It's so fucking.
I mean, the funny
Very
thing about
true.
that is it's easy to make fun of the rural retards, but they were 100% right.
100% correct.
They absolutely called it. And
Yeah.
That's why we are now a communist country.
North America
And
is a
that
communist
was-
country.
That was just like step one,
Yeah.
you know?
What was that filmed in Leduc? Are those Leducanites?
Yeah. Hey there, I'm from Leduc.
Leduc, Alberta.
I love drinking. and
How y'all
driving.
doing?
Yeah.
Damn, that's so true.
It's so true.
Pretty soon, yeah, you got to wear a seatbelt. That's so real.
Yeah.
Thank God someone's speaking out.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. It was especially for like rural people.
Yeah.
I feel like losing the ability to drink and drive. It's
That's
why
horrible.
fentanyl deaths are so high now.
Yeah.
You can't go knock back a couple at with your boys.
Yeah. During driving your boys home after work,
Yeah.
have a 6-pack with
Have a couple beers.
the fellas.
No big deal.
Yeah. Well, did you see in BC now heroin's legal?
Like fully legal?
You're like allowed to have a certain amount of heroin on you now.
They have like the little amount.
Yeah, like they can't
Okay.
arrest you if you have like under a certain amount of heroin.
But I can't drive around with a bottle of vodka in my cup
Yeah,
holder.
what the fuck? You can walk around the streets with heroin, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't finish a Mickey of Fireball right before taking my kids to soccer practice.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? What's the guy supposed to do?
That's cool.
Have you seen that guy recently? The Canadian, I don't know, health, like whoever makes the food pyramid.
What about him?
They recently changed their guidelines on.
Oh, about
drinking.
how you're supposed to have like 1 beer a week or
Yeah,
something?
did you see that guy they interviewed outside the liquor store?
He's like, yeah, I mean, you should be able to have like 3 or 4. I mean, I have 6, but like,
What? You do the math. What's better? 2 liters of Coca-Cola, 2 liters of pop, or 4 beers? You
Yeah.
do the math.
yeah. Me,
Guy's
I'll
sick.
have both. That guy's a legend.
That guy's sick. Yeah, he's. They got a good one with that guy.
Yeah, I think that was in the Maritime somewhere. I want to say.
Definitely.
He
Just-
seemed like a bit of a Nova Scotian, or
Yeah, he seemed like one of those. The Maritimes in Canada is the equivalent to like Louisiana in the States. They just have this separate breed of people that are like feral,
yeah,
like Cajun people.
yeah.
We have that out east in Newfoundlanders. Literal like.
Yeah, all the Maritimers I've met have been like cool guys, but
Yeah.
also kind of like
Wild.
fucked up.
Yeah, literally every single one of them that I've met has been a little bit crazy. Had some weird. They have a weird accent, strange pastimes. Like they'd
Yeah.
brag about like getting free crab.
Yes, literally.
They
yeah,
love to brag about getting
yeah,
free
I had
crab.
a buddy from the island who would always brag about. He was more the lobster.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
same,
yeah.
same
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Like,
Free
you know.
lobster. They love talking about how much free lobster they get.
Yeah,
Like every guy I worked with in construction, they were like when they came from Newfoundland. You learn their first name. You learn what part of out east you're from. You never
Yeah.
ask any of this.
no,
You learn where they're from,
yeah.
and then you learn how stoked they are about free lobster.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Maritimes guys. They're all like, they all seem to really love the Maritimes, but like they don't live there
They're
anymore.
never there.
I guess they're just like the fish are all gone. Single tear. rolls
Yeah,
down their
I mean
cheeks.
maybe that is the true like last bastion of the land of the free.
Yeah.
I worked with an Alberta guy who moved out there, and he just comes back here to work construction,
Oh, okay.
and then he lives out there, and he talks. His favorite. He was like this. He was sick. I can't believe I never brought up Bob. Big Bob was crazy.
yeah.
Bob was a guy who had about 8 head injuries in his life.
Nice.
He's a very sick guy. Big dude, like jacked 50-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Slick back black hair. The loudest fucking guy you've ever met in your life. Just
Hell yeah.
conversationally, he just yells.
Yeah.
And he moves out east. I asked him like what he does when he's not working, and he was like, "Oh, buddy, all I do is I just reno my backyard. Every summer I just design it different."
Okay.
It's like, okay,
Sick.
cool. What else
Yeah.
do you do, Bob? And he was like, "I like to sit on my patio,
Yeah.
get out there about 10 a.m. I have about 4 bottles of Jack Daniels, and I'll just mix them with Coke all day. Sit on my patio, drink till about 4 in the morning."
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, Bob!
Just sitting there and drinking for what's that? 18 hours.
Yeah, about that.
All right.
Yeah, and
Hell
then
yeah.
in the lunchroom sometimes he used to come up to me, like just tap my shoulder while I was just trying to eat lunch and hold out his phone, and it would be a picture of him dressed as Brendan Lee from The Crow.
Oh, I feel like you may have mentioned that rings a bell.
Yeah.
The guy who dresses like the Crow.
Yeah. He was very cool. He'd just be like, yeah, that was Halloween last year. And I was like,
Nice.
"Well, very
Oh,
cool."
so he didn't dress like that just on the daily?
No, he wore the same clothes every day.
Mm.
Yeah. It was always like a white shirt with like a flannel button up and jeans. The same flannel, same jeans.
Nice. I mean, maybe he had like a fucking Peter Griffin closet, you know, where it's just
He was really cool.
10 different outfits of the exact same thing.
He talks about how like Halloween out in the Maritimes. This guy's still 50, by the way. Him and his boys rent a limo and all dress like Motley Crue and go party out east.
Damn.
I was like, you were very cool.
That's
Bob.
so cool.
You're really cool, dude.
Hopefully in 5 years when I turn 50, I'll still be that cool.
Well, we got to start dressing as Motley Crue.
Yeah,
That'd be
I need
sick.
to get the leather duster.
Paint your face.
And,
We should have a Crow era.
yeah, every man should.
Yeah, where you dress as the Crow, I'll dress as the wrestler Sting.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's so cool. And then we'll just record the podcast without filming it.
Yeah.
And be like, you guys can't
Well,
see, but we
I
look
think
really
they'll
cool.
be able to tell because the vibes will be
It'd
different.
be a very dark goth vibe.
Yeah.
Very grimdark.
exactly.
Mallcore vibe.
Hell
With like
yeah.
wet hair that was slicked back.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just extra wet with like the hair grease like kind of running down your foreheads and stuff.
That's one of those looks that
The
just
sort of like the Giuliani, you know, and he had his like hair dye was leaking.
Rudy Giuliani. I follow this account on Instagram called like @TheRealRudyGiuliani or something.
Okay.
It just posts like pro-Italian stuff.
Nice.
It's very cool. Very good account. Worth a follow.
Yeah, because this is a pro-Italian cast.
Oh,
I feel like a lot of people shit on Italians because
Yeah.
it's like one of like the 3 sort of like safe forms of ethnic jokes you can make.
yeah, Italians.
But Italians are sick.
They're very cool.
You know?
They're like, I mean, any culture that gives us Guidos
Yeah.
is really cool.
Gives us Guidos, spaghetti,
Spaghetti, funny
gay
accents.
sex.
Yeah, the Italians have gone uncredited with the invention of gay sex for too long.
Well, I guess technically the Greeks invented it, but
With
the
boys.
Italians popularized it.
Yeah, the Greeks started doing it with kids, and the Italians were like, "Mamma mia,
Mamma mia.
do it with a grown
Yeah,
man."
that's what Julius Caesar said. Exactly like that.
Oh.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Maybe we do this with adult
Yeah, what about adult man?
in the loud nightclub.
Yeah.
We pop a collar, go out the club with a boy,
Yeah.
all of my friends in the nightclub, then we fuck each other.
Because, yeah, like the Roman legions were kind of the original Guidos.
Yeah.
Bringing hair gel to Britannia.
I mean, the movie 300 is basically just like a pro Guido film. I know
Yeah.
they're Spartan, not Italian, but very, very much Guido energy in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
All your boys, you're all jacked, tan, shirtless, sweaty.
I just watched some weird fan edit of Watchmen the other day.
Was it cool?
I thought it was a little long.
Was it just of the whole movie, or like?
It was one that had like the whole movie plus like all this like additional shit. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
3.5 hours
Oh my
long.
God.
And it was all right.
I like that movie. I'll admit it. I like that movie.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I mean, yeah, that one's one of the better ones. I'm a bit of a. It's just like I feel like Alan Moore is like so good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like probably like one of the top like literary geniuses of the
Yeah.
last like 50 years.
Yeah.
So when he's like, every movie they've ever made of my stuff is total dog shit. I hate it. I have a tough time just being like, whatever, you old
Shut up.
fucking curmudgeonly piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like
Did he say that?
he hates every movie
Oh,
that's
wow.
ever been made of any of his stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
What other movies have there? Like, what else has he written?
Like V for Vendetta was one of his.
right.
From Hell, League of
Oh.
Extraordinary Gentlemen,
Oh,
maybe
wow.
some other
I
stuff.
haven't thought about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in a long time.
Yeah, I've actually never seen it or read the comic.
I think I tried to read
But,
it as a kid, and it was
Like From Hell was like a brutal downgrade. They fucked that movie up so
Oh, really?
hard. Yeah.
yeah.
Because like in the graphic novel, it's got all these like digressions into like the sort of like occult sort of like British architecture and
Oh,
like the
cool.
occult significance of how it's like designed to like crush the spirit of the people and stuff.
Sick.
And just all of that's totally gone in the comic. Like they introduced you to the killer like almost immediately.
Oh.
And he's like one of the main characters and probably like the most interesting character.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it's all like we got to save it till the end. It's like a
Oh.
twist ending, and
Oh.
that one's like brutally
That
bad.
sucks. I like Watchmen though. I think it's fun.
Yeah, like I think it's pretty good, and like the V for Vendetta movie's pretty good.
Yeah, I like V for Vendetta.
But like both of them do kind of like cut out some of the meat of the comic, which is
Yeah.
kind of to be expected. That's sort of
Yeah.
how these things work.
I like to wear the V for Vendetta mask at school
Yeah,
on the 5th of November.
yeah.
And I dress like him. And it's a shame that movie got hijacked by the hacker organization known as 4chan.
Yeah, by the hacker, the solitary hacker, 4chan. Yeah, but it's a pretty sick movie, and some of his stuff's cool. Just yeah, he hates all of it.
Damn.
And I guess like when
That's
they made
funny,
the
though.
Watchmen show recently,
Oh yeah.
like Damon Lindelof tried to like call him, and he was just kind of like, "I told you people to never contact me, like fuck off." And, like,
That's obscenely funny.
yeah.
That's really cool.
And he had this whole thing about like, you know, the meaning of Watchmen was kind of like if you had anything close to like superheroes in real life, it would
Yeah.
like lead to like awful like fascism or whatever. I
Yeah.
think he said.
Yeah.
But then people are gonna watch this show and be like, "Oh yeah, I think Watchmen, it was that superhero thing from the '80s that was kind of about racism or something like that." And like, he's such a cool guy though.
He seems very cool.
He's kind of like the exemplar of the. I think of him as sort of like a '70s guy,
Mhm.
but like the weird British like occultist
Yeah.
'70s guys.
Yeah. yeah.
Like-
Like who's the guy who wrote Clockwork Orange?
Anthony Burgess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Strange-
might be, and sort
strange
of like
British.
your Aleister Crowley's and Genesis Peorage type people.
That's, by the way, that's who this podcast is for.
Yeah, like old '70s British occultist guys.
Yeah, weird sort of ghoulish British men who are into
Yeah.
all sorts of strange, dark.
And do sort of like weird like ritual art and shit like that.
David Bowie for a while.
Yeah, I think David Bowie was kind of into
Like,
that.
I think he
and-
made Station to Station after reading a bunch of like satanic literature and stuff. He was-
Yeah.
I read something that he was like, yeah, reading satanic literature, drinking milk, and eating peppers, and just doing
Okay.
cocaine all the time, and that's what led to.
Fry, what are you
Station
doing,
to
you
Station.
bastard? Did you just knock my copy of Bloodborne off the shelf?
fucking stuff up over there. Damn. Speaking of wizards, though,
Mhm.
I didn't know that liking wizards was equivalent to hating trans people. But I just found
Oh,
out
the
about all
Harry
this
Potter
stuff.
scenario.
What the fuck, dude? Who cares?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like people. I saw there's someone that went like super viral yesterday, like some streamer being like, "I will not stream on Twitch as long as there are advertisements for Hogwarts Legacy playing."
Fuck, dude.
I feel like the thing with that is just like, J.K. Rowling's gonna die a billionaire.
Yeah,
Like that ship has sailed.
it's over.
Like you can not play it or whatever, but
Yeah.
like no amount of boycotting
Yeah.
is gonna make her like not exceptionally wealthy for the
Yeah.
rest of her life.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's
Like,
still Harry Potter movies coming out soon.
probably because people fucking love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And even if they like hate her, it's like, well,
For every Zoomer that's like, not anymore. I just put my fist in the air, by the way.
yeah,
There's a millennial who's like got Harry Potter stickers all over the back of her fucking.
well, I
Subaru
feel like a
Outback.
lot of the reason why people are so pissed off at her
Mhm.
is like for a lot of these people, Harry Potter was like the last book that they read, and like maybe like the only book that they've like read, you know.
Yeah, probably true.
And it just like meant so much to them.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I'm kind of like I don't know.
I just don't care about Harry Potter that much.
Yeah.
I liked the
Yeah.
movies as a kid.
Yeah, like I liked the books as a kid.
Yeah.
I liked the movies fine.
I'm sure if
They're
I was-
pretty good.
If I was like 11 years old now, I'd be hyped for the Harry Potter game.
Yeah, like I like it's the type of thing where like in 4 years, if I see it for like $10 on sale,
Might
maybe
cop.
I'll check it out.
Maybe.
It's not really my type of game though.
No. I also
'cause-
just I think we've established I just don't care about high school, even if it's
Yeah.
Wizard High School.
Yeah. I actually love high school movies.
I know.
I'm a high school movie head, but
There's some good ones.
I just don't really tend to like games with like a large amount of story.
Yeah.
Like I don't like watching cutscenes. I don't like talking to other characters and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of like ones that have like a self-generated story.
Yeah.
You know, like your Crusader Kings and
Hearts
even
of
like your
Iron.
Project Zomboid, like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't really like really story-heavy games, which
Yeah.
I feel like that one will be.
I really loved Red Dead 2. That story was tight.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
really
there's
cool.
ones where like I know they're good.
Yeah.
Like that Disco Elysium I played a bit of.
Super
and it was
cool.
kind of like this story's like sick.
Yeah,
But even
very
that one
cool.
I kind of tapered off at some point.
Yeah.
Like it's like good and well done. It's just not really my thing, you
So
know.
the next episode we record, we're going to be dressed as Hogwarts boys.
Yeah.
And we're going to take quizzes to figure out what house we're in.
Yeah. This is a Harry Potter cast now.
Yeah, hey, if you're 26 and up,
Yeah.
probably still single, and love Harry Potter, this is the cast for you. Welcome home.
But I'm sure like a million fucking people are gonna get that game
Oh, for
regardless
sure.
of
Who
any
gives-
like
yeah.
boycott or whatever.
Absolutely. I can't go a day now without seeing some post somewhere that's like, we have to stop. And it's like,
It's just not gonna happen.
it's not. What are you going to do? She's not going to go bankrupt because the game.
No.
Honestly, her whole involvement in the game was probably like signing a little like release form to a
Yeah.
company that was like, okay, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
have
and I
fun.
mean she'll make some money off it, but
Yeah.
she'll make like $2 million.
Yeah.
On top of like the $4 billion that she already has. Like,
Yeah, because all of those same people who were like, no, all went and saw the movies and bought all the shit.
I feel like they all love Harry Potter.
Yes.
And that's why they're so pissed off that she's like a fucking turf or whatever she is.
Yeah.
I don't even really know can't say I follow the J.K. Rowling discourse
Not
that
sure.
much,
Don't know.
but something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I just don't care. It's wizards.
Yeah.
It's wizards, dude.
Yeah,
It's about wizards.
it's gay.
It's really gay. It'd be the same. Wait, it's weird that George Lucas gets a pass.
Well, like a lot of people do. Like I feel like Walt Disney's personal beliefs
Oh, yeah.
would probably like
They're horrible.
stop a heart if anyone thought about them for too long, you know? Like
Yeah, there's a 34-year-old woman right now who, if she learned about his personal beliefs, would drop dead.
Yeah, like I feel like basically every person who was born prior to like 1980
Yeah.
has like wildly offensive beliefs, you know? Like
Yeah, for sure.
and it's just sort of like when they're dead, it's like whatever.
Who cares?
Who cares? But then when they're alive, it's like, this is something I can get all, you know.
Did you see Rob Schneider's going political on Twitter now?
Hasn't he been for a while?
Maybe, I don't know. I just got put onto this recently.
I feel like he's he's like a Trump dude, a based red-pilled patriot.
He really is. It's crazy to see Rob.
I did see, what was his one? He had a weird one recently. We posted a picture with him at Guantanamo Bay.
What?
I think he posted a picture at Guantanamo Bay, being like, "I'm at Guantanamo Bay with some soldiers. Hell
Sick.
yeah!"
Very cool, Rob.
Yeah.
It's the star of Real Rob is finally preaching truth.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And how
guys.
cool Guantanamo Bay is.
That's like when Johnny Cash went to Folsom Prison.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, similar levels of stardom going on there.
Rob Schneider and Johnny Cash. Yeah, that's extremely cool.
But he's got to do something, I guess, because nobody's putting him in movies anymore.
I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to. The Catcher in the Rye adaptation with Rob Schneider.
as the 16-year-old Holden Caulfield. I mean, he is a chameleon-like actor.
Yeah, very
Who can
very
be like
Brando-esque.
an animal or a male gigolo.
Yeah, he's very much our generation's Brando.
Yeah,
He can do anything. Very, yeah. You know, you got Daniel Day-Lewis, Joaquin Phoenix, Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider,
Yeah.
number 3.
You got to include him in the list.
Yeah.
It's just disrespectful to the works of Deuce Bigalow.
Yeah, there was that period, though, where, they were pushing Rob Schneider as a star. I want to say it was like 2005-ish,
Yeah.
where all of Adam Sandler's friends were getting their own movies.
Yeah. Kevin James got a bunch.
Yeah.
David Spade. Well,
I think
David
they
Spade
figured
was
out
great.
now that like you can have those guys in Adam Sandler movies,
Yeah.
but let's not muddy the waters too much here.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah.
That is that's like a dream team though. Like the Grown Ups cast.
I have honestly so much respect for Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Like people talk shit about his movies like sucking,
Who gives
but a lot of people like them.
Yeah.
And he clearly like has it such a sick setup.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, we're gonna film a movie that's like all me and my friends go to Hawaii for vacation.
And we just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
And all of our wives are like A-list hot
And I
actresses.
put it up on Netflix as part of my like $500 million like 8-movie Netflix deal.
Yeah,
and
like
everyone
that's-
talks about how shitty it is.
Who
but
cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, he's fucking sick.
But
There
then
was-
occasionally he just stunts on everybody.
Yeah.
Like an Uncut Gems style thing, you know?
yeah,
Or-
he'll just bust out a real hot track really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really respect that.
And he's had a fair number of good movies.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, people
tons.
talk like some of his new stuff is not really for me,
Nah.
but it exists for him to have a sick vacation with his boys, you know.
QB Halloween.
But he's got like the Billy Madison and stuff,
Yeah.
which are
Happy Gilmore.
like, I don't know, if you're like a 13-year-old boy,
Oh,
it's
get
the
out of here.
shit.
It's so funny.
But he's got Uncut Gems
For-
and like
for
the
the-
Wedding Singer
for us
and
Guidos.
Spanglish for
Yeah.
us like intellectuals, big brained intellectuals.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah. Hustle apparently is good.
it's where he's like a basketball scout or something.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Looks.
but-
I didn't either, but it looks cool.
Yeah, and then he's got some that kind of surprise you, like Click. Just hits you right in the heart. Not
Don't
a dry
mess
eye
with
in
the
the
Zohan.
house. Yeah.
Where he's just a Portuguese guy.
Isn't he Israeli?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure in that one he's like a Mossad agent who has to hide as a hairdresser.
Yeah. What a cool career, man.
Yeah.
He's a baller. He's an extreme baller.
Yeah, he's so cool.
I've taken.
I think he's doing another Safdie one at some point.
Fucking, I
I
hope
think
so.
that's on the docket.
I just rewatched Uncut Gems the other day.
Oh,
It's
nice.
so fucking good.
Nice.
It's so sick. I want his whole like look. All of the clothes he wears.
Like the
I want,
giant basketball shorts.
I want them like the clothes he wears in Uncut Gems.
Oh, okay.
Just the tacky like fucking Albanian phone salesman shit is so cool.
Yeah, I should rewatch that one.
It's
That's a
so
great
the pants
movie.
that don't fit that well on top of like Gucci loafers with like a yellow polo.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
And what's her name? Julia Fox is so hot in that movie, but looks
Yeah,
so
she's-
fucking weird in real life now.
She's so weird looking.
Like the whole like no eyebrows thing, like does
She's
not
wild.
work for her.
It's great. She did one movie and then just like usually actors have like a career and then they go completely off the rails and insane.
Yeah.
She had one movie and then she's just like, all right, time to completely lose my mind.
Yeah, and she just looks like such a fucking freak now too.
And she's like in the movie she doesn't talk super weird, but then she's been doing this thing lately. In
That's
interviews.
all she's been in, right? I'd never seen her
I've-
before or since.
I'm pretty sure that was her debut. Yeah, because there's that weird clip that went around where she was like, "Yeah, I was the Safdie's muse," and it's like, no, Adam Sandler was their muse, bitch. Don't
Yeah,
you
the
ever-
Sandman.
The Sandman was their muse. Don't you ever get that twisted.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, something's up with that lady for sure. Maybe it's one of those Hollywood humiliation rituals that have been so popular lately.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She's gonna show up with one black eye or something. Be like, actually, pedophilia is good.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they recognize a young talent, bring her into the Eyes Wide Shut ritual session.
Have you seen those ones where like people find like all these pictures of celebrities and they all have a black eye?
No,
It's
is that really common?
it's like common enough that people can put together like 5 pictures in a 4chan thread and
Weird.
draw massive conclusions. That it's part of Hollywood initiation.
I mean,
humiliation ritual.
I 100% believe that it's true.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course, it's true.
Obviously.
Even if there's no pictures of anybody, I believe it's true.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's just so cool.
Because
wanna
I
be part of
have a
humiliation
little thing
ritual.
called faith.
Little
Faith that
thing-
we're ruled by an evil pedo elite.
Yeah, faith. And a
No
little bit of
evidence
insight.
can sway me. One.
No, what are you gonna? What are they gonna say? No, we're not. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly what someone who is a pedophile would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What am I gonna say? I'm not a pedophile.
You see everybody freaking out at the Grammys thing
No.
because that like non-binary Sam Smith guy had like one of his songs. He was wearing like a devil costume, so it's all like this is spiritual warfare. Like they are launching spiritual warfare against us.
Okay.
And it's just such
Cool.
an overblown reaction to such a shitty performance and shitty, boring.
People did
bullshit.
that with that Lil Nas X guy too. He had a song where he was dressed as the devil, and I remember seeing people being like, or he had some like Nike shoe collab where like
Oh,
they were like,
right.
yeah, the shoes are painted in blood,
Right,
which
yeah,
was
yeah,
extremely
yeah.
homosexual, and then everyone was like, oh yeah. You're telling me they're not just bragging about spiritual warfare?
Yeah. That the
No, I
soul of every American is on the line.
I think it's just a stupid shoe brand, man.
I feel like we're kind of in a situation where like you can't really do anything like shocking anymore.
No.
You know?
Well, not if
Like,
you're like actually popular, because then
Yeah.
everyone just thinks it's
Well, it's just like doing like swear words and like dressing as a devil and shit.
Yeah,
Is like
extremely.
it's not really that like transgressive at this
No,
point, you know.
no.
But you get these like retards being like, "Oh my god, like, we're all gonna burn in sulfur."
Yeah, yeah. I guess you really can't. Like every time famous people try, it's really, really embarrassing.
I mean, honestly, the only thing you can really do at this point is like racism. Like legit,
Literally,
like
yeah.
slurs and shit are the only thing that are actually offensive. Like saying "fuck's" not offensive.
No,
anymore,
that's epic
you know?
actually and cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
We
I
do
mean,
it.
still-
We do it a
still
million
cool.
times as a show.
Fuck, poop,
shit.
ass, balls.
Cock, anus, dick. Yeah, we
Look.
say it all the time. You know who's the epitome of like shocking is really embarrassing?
Who's that?
Machine Gun Kelly.
That's the dude who's going out with Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Right? That weird, tall, skinny dude.
Yeah.
And they do all like we drink each other's blood.
It's like high school emo people shit. It's so
Yeah.
crazy. Like they're literally everyone knew a couple like them in high school.
Yeah.
Like the kid who liked the guy who
Although
liked Tool.
usually they were kind of like ugly, as I recall. They were like two ugly kids who were really into each other. And
Yeah.
would like sloppily make out in the hallway and stuff.
Yeah. The boy who had a Tool t-shirt on and the girl who would wear like My Chemical Romance shirts or something
Yeah.
with like dyed hair.
Yeah, it was this weird dude who would always do like what's it called, like ASCI art, you know, where you like draw pictures using like punctuation. He would do
That was
like
his
those.
hobby?
Yeah. These like super elaborate ones.
That's wild.
And this like weird anime chick who always spoke in a fake British accent.
God. Yeah, that's just what Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are now.
Yeah. They just
Holy-
happen to be like attractive-ish celebrities. Or
You know how
she
old-
is at least. He's kind of weird looking.
He looks. You know how old he is?
I'm going to guess he's like 56.
Yeah, he's 33.
Okay.
I was
not as
I was shocked to see, like I was like, man, if you're over 30 and you dress like that,
Yeah.
it's time to knock it
Because he
off.
kind of dresses like a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, well, he dresses like a dickhead.
Yeah.
He dresses.
But he's got
annoying.
like face tattoos and shit, doesn't he?
I don't know if his
Am I thinking
he's
of the
like
wrong
very
guy?
tattooed. I don't know if he's got up to his
Okay.
face.
Like I couldn't tell you a song that he wrote. I don't know.
I think
don't
he has.
really know what's-
I think he has that one with the chorus is like, I'm in love with an emo girl.
Oh, okay. Is he like emo rap? Because he's a rapper, right?
He's very. I think he's a
Or
rapper.
like sort of like a pop punk rapper.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those. He's like the poster boy for like Spencer's
Right.
or Hot Topic. They
Yeah.
love him in there.
They love him.
Yeah, the two things guys who go to Spencer's love: anime,
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Hell yeah. Cool guys.
Very cool stuff.
Cool guys for sure.
Naruto and Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe him, man. Every time I see an article about them, it's like, holy. Like Megan Fox is literally almost 50.
Yeah, I
Right.
believe that. I mean, Transformers 1 must have been like 2002 or something.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
I was really young, and she was like late 20s.
yeah.
So she's got to be like 40 something now. They're too old to be doing that. You know what they should be doing? Getting dinner at a nice restaurant,
Yeah.
driving like a Range Rover,
Yeah.
wearing nice normal clothes. Expensive but subtle. Dressed like Brad Pitt
I
does.
do feel, and this is kind of cool on Machine Gun Kelly's part, that I think I saw like an anecdote that was Megan Fox saying like how they met,
Yeah.
and that I think she was like, "You smell like weed,"
Oh,
and he was like, "I am weed," and then like threw down a smoke bomb or something and disappeared. So I gotta say that's incredibly.
that's
cool.
really sick to throw down a smoke bomb.
It was something like that. Like,
I remember hearing about the I am weed thing. I didn't know there was a
I feel like maybe I'm just dreaming that, but I feel like it was after he said that he threw down a smoke bomb and disappeared like a ninja in a cartoon.
I'm not gonna look into that. I'm just gonna
No.
believe that that's true.
Yeah, it's in my mind.
That's
that
really
happened, and that's pretty cool.
That is extremely
Even if his
cool.
other shit is lame,
Yeah,
that's sick.
that's so sick.
Having a smoke bomb on
I
hand.
am weed. Chrome Boy's listening. That is good. We give a lot of ironic advice on how to talk to women here.
Yeah, that's a first impression right there.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
You're at Hooters.
Mm-hmm.
A beautiful waitress comes up.
Yeah.
What can I get for you? I'd like a Dr. Pepper, please. Sir, you already kind of smell like Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I am Dr. Pepper.
I am Dr. Pepper.
And then appear at the table behind her and say, nothing personal, baby girl.
Yeah. And pinch her bum.
Yeah, they love that.
Yeah.
They
That's why
love
they're
that.
there.
What are they going to do?
Apparently, we don't even have a Hooters in town anymore.
What?
Yeah, apparently the one in the mall's gone. It's bullshit. Second-rate bullshit ass
Yeah, where am I
city.
supposed to go to look at titties now?
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to go?
Literally no other options.
Every other restaurant that's kind of nice employs all these guys.
Yeah.
It's just
Like,
all
where am I going to
dudes.
get a wife now? I go to Hooters. I have my all my zingers written out on a little piece of paper. I cycle through them until some girl laughs, and
Yeah.
then she's the one.
That's the girl.
And then I ask for her name and find her on the internet.
What's your
Follow her for years.
I only need a first name. That's all I need.
Yeah, that's all I need, baby.
They started taking their name tags off, but I got most of them.
Too late.
Once they see me come in, I see them ripping the name tags
And then
off.
I go in the next week and I reference all the stuff that they've been posting on the internet. So we form a connection.
They love it. They love to see that you care and you're trying.
Yeah.
That's romantic.
Women love that.
It's like the Before trilogy. It's the same shit.
Right. Is that the Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Where they walk around and talk?
Yeah, you ever see that interview with Ethan Hawke where he's like, actually, my character met her on the train because she had worked at a cafe that I went to, and I saw her name tag, so I stalked her on the internet, figured out she was taking a train trip.
Yeah.
And then I got on, and then I lied to her.
Our most wonderful romance. I've actually never seen those movies.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
My mom likes them.
They're cute. They're very cute.
Yeah.
Very romantic.
I like me some Linklater.
He's good.
Yeah.
School of Rock is tight.
School of Rock, yeah. Like his Scanner Darkly's fucking sick.
Very cool.
You ever see Bernie with Jack Black?
No.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like this based on this true story of this like he's like a southern funeral home director guy.
Cool.
Who's like kind of like Lindsey Graham style, like Southern Belle,
Hey,
but never
y'all.
really mentions it, you know?
Yeah.
But he befriends this like mean old rich lady and then like kills her and like takes her money and just like gives it to people
Sick.
around town and like, you know, pays for the baseball team's equipment and stuff. But then he gets in trouble for it, but like no one in town will like convict him.
That's tight.
Because he's too nice and they all hated her.
That sounds sick.
It's really good. It's really good.
Well,
It's
that
a great
sounds really
Jack Black
cool.
performance. I think that guy actually like he got out of jail around the time they did the movie, and he was
Oh.
like living in Richard Linklater's like attic or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's sick.
Slacker's really good too.
Yeah, Slacker's
I like Slacker.
sick. And
What else he did? Did he do?
like Waking Life was kind of cool.
Never saw that one.
It's another like rotoscoped one.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Scanner Darkly, but it's sort of just like people like talking about philosophy. But they're
Okay.
all like cartoon.
I should smoke
characters.
some weed and then
You
watch
gotta
that.
smoke some
That'd be
weed for it. You
sick.
won't get it
I wouldn't
otherwise.
understand. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool. That would actually be kind of badass.
Badass.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
I guess he did what's it called, Boyhood too.
I heard that one was cool.
I didn't like it.
No, I never saw it.
I know a lot of people did.
It's the one
I
with
think
the
it
whole
was for
cast.
me. It tracked a kid who was like basically my exact age,
Yeah.
and it was just like a little too real. It was just like I don't know, like him going to like a Harry Potter book signing
Oh,
and shit,
yeah.
which like I never did, but it was just like
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like it was boring.
I felt-
I already did all this shit.
I felt that when I watched Joker. I was like, oh, yeah. So I did all this.
This is me.
I've already done all this stuff. I'm watching this.
Yeah.
I just rewatched Taxi Driver the other day.
Oh yeah.
This fucking, I was howling at the scene where Scorsese's in the back seat, and he's
ever
like,
seen
"What you should see is what a 44 Magnum will do to a woman's pussy. That you should see."
You ever seen what 45 will do to a woman's cunt? Yeah.
Oh, God damn it,
yeah.
dude! What a funny scene.
Yeah, those guys, they did some good shit.
Just De Niro like silent in the front seat the entire time while he's like, "You know who she's up there with?
Yeah.
A boo."
Yeah, that movie rocks.
That movie's so good.
Fucking Paul Schrader was going off on Facebook the other day, as he's prone to do.
About what?
The Last of Us.
Does he like it or no?
No. he had this thing like, he was like, oh, my friend was saying that The Last of Us is so good. And I was like, but it's a zombie show. And he's like, but it's good anyway. So I watched the first 20 minutes and then zombies showed off and I turned it off immediately.
Nice.
And he said, well, no, you got to watch the third episode. It's like transcendental television.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it and it just seems like a gay bro euthanasia melodrama. Am I missing something here? And people were just getting so pissed off.
That's
'cause,
really
like,
funny. That's the only episode of the show I watched because one of my buddies was watching it, so I was just watched it.
Yeah.
it is literally just a gay bro euthanasia melodrama.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Right. The thing is that Paul Schrader is actually never wrong about his takes.
He's entirely correct about
And all
that.
these people are like, it's time to put Paul Schrader out to pasture. He hasn't done any good movies since 1975. And it's like, that's false.
That's absolutely false.
Absolutely false.
Absolutely
He's
false.
one of the great under-heralded American filmmakers.
Yes, absolutely false.
Like, he should be up there with, like, maybe he's not quite, like, Scorsese tier.
Yeah.
But he's, like, one notch below it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He has bangers after bangers.
He's like Herzog tier for sure.
Yeah. And, like,
Yeah.
Hardcore, which is, like, I think a very overlooked movie,
Mm-hmm.
is, like, one of the top, like, 70s loner movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, certainly up there with, like, the Taxi Driver, King of Comedy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Hardcore?
No, you've talked about it a lot.
It's so good.
I've heard of it.
It's like George C. Scott,
Nice.
this like uptight Michigan Calvinist guy,
Nice.
whose daughter goes on a field trip to California,
Yeah.
and then disappears. So he hires who's that incredibly bald guy? Peter Boyle. Peter Boyle.
Yeah.
As a sleazy private detective
Sick.
who tracks down like a porno movie that she's in.
Yes.
So then you get this like ultra religious guy go to California and like pretending to be a porn director
Sick.
to try and find his
Oh my
daughter.
God.
It's so good.
I need to watch that ASAP.
But he has a bunch of bangers.
Yeah.
And, like pretty recent ones too.
What's it, The Gambler with Oscar Isaac?
Yeah, like that one was decent.
Never saw
And
it,
like
but
I never
good.
saw First Reformed.
I
but
love
I know
First
people like
Reformed.
that one.
That First Reformed is awesome.
Actually, I need to watch that one.
First Reformed is so good.
And like Autofocus was incredible.
I never saw that one.
It's Greg Kinnear and Willem Dafoe
Nice.
as Greg Kinnear is one of the guys on Hogan's Heroes.
Okay.
But it's like the true to life story that him and his buddy, who is like a early like video camera enthusiast, got really into like recording them like banging chicks. And it's kind of like their like weird relationship
How
with
could
them.
you?
Like,
How could anyone say Paul Schrader is like
Yeah.
past his prime?
he's a legend.
He's sick.
Like
I took a girl to First Reformed on a date. It was like the most uncomfortable ride home.
she didn't like it.
Well, it's just a really bleak movie.
Because it's like about a priest who becomes like an eco-terrorist or something, right?
You mind if I spoil it?
Yo, go ahead.
So the movie ends with, he's like a priest and he gets like converted to basically eco-terrorism because he meets this girl and falls in love and he like loses his like adult virginity to her and stuff. So he's like all obsessed.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
the movie ends with him like, like the last scene is so tight. He's like getting dressed to do his like sermon, like he's putting on all his robes. Then he puts on his shirt. And then he straps a bomb vest to himself and wraps himself in barbed wire.
I've seen that as like a gif. Of him with like the suicide vest on.
And then he puts his big robe on, and then it just like it ends with him like going out to do his sermon. I was like, this fucking rules.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch that one tonight.
It's awesome.
Heard that one's really good.
It's such a good movie.
But yeah, like people, because I feel like Paul Schrader's like talked shit about Marvel movies and stuff. And part of it's
Everyone
like,
good
why
has
do you
talked shit about
expect an
Marvel.
85-year-old man to be into this bullshit? You know, like
Yeah.
an 85-year-old legend.
Who gets pussy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tons.
Who gets pussy on his online poker groups that he gets kicked out of all the time for trying to score pussy.
Why would you expect an 85-year-old guy who fucks often to care about Marvel?
Yeah, an 85-year-old pussy fiend watching Marvel shit.
Yeah. I don't get that. Why are you surprised?
But people just can't handle people like not liking their fucking
They really can't.
playthings, you know?
The amount of times like socially that I know like I can just tell I've like turned people off of being a friend of mine just because I've been like, oh, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. That's
And
so
I just
weird.
like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to rain on people's parade, but I also don't want to have to pretend that I like fucking everything.
I don't want to.
you know?
Yeah. Like the
I'm
amount
sure
of
there's
people.
shit that I like that people don't like.
Yeah.
Like House that Jack Built.
Rule.
One of the best movies of all time.
One of the
Probably
literal
not
best-
for everybody.
Literally the one of the best movies of all time.
It's probably in my top 10.
It's so
Like,
good.
I love that movie.
It is so good.
But some people aren't going to dig it, you know?
It's
And
not
they
for
can
everybody.
watch their little baby bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'll watch my big brain
My
serial
cool,
killer stuff.
my cerebral,
Yeah.
makes you think,
I'll
dark.
watch my genius tier true crime YouTube videos.
Like the amount like, dude, the amount of people that when I've been like, yeah, I didn't even finish everything everywhere all at once, have been like, wow.
Yeah, that
Wow.
one's got like an intense fan base.
Yeah. And I just,
Which
I'm not even gonna try to watch it again. I don't care.
I've tried it 3 tries.
That's
and I'm not doing it anymore.
No.
I just don't think it's good.
That's indicative of like how it makes you feel.
But yeah, that one has. I mean,
Rabid.
I think it's partially that it's just A24 Marvel, essentially. But it gets a
Yeah.
similar reaction
Yeah.
to being like, yeah, Marvel movies stink.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Yeah.
Hey. It's I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's like speaking of A24, I just watched the Florida Project.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wasn't for you?
Nah.
I liked that one.
I thought it was shot really nicely.
Yeah.
Like it looked really good. And I loved the actress who played the mom.
Yeah,
the, like,
she
real
was
messy
great.
bitch was like really good.
Like but you know, that's maybe not for everyone. I quite liked that one.
Yeah.
But I thought largely like I feel like Sean Baker's like greatest strength is his casting.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys who like did you see Red Rocket, his new one?
No.
It was okay. It had some like former MTV like VJ guy who's like a male porn star who's all
Clay
washed
Aiken?
up and goes to his like Texas hometown and like finds this like 15-year-old girl at like an ice cream store is hot and tries to convince her to start doing porn.
That sounds cool.
But it's
I'm
like
gonna
his
watch that.
characters, some of them he'll cast, like the mom from Florida Project,
Yeah.
he cast her off her Instagram.
Oh,
She
really?
was just some like Instagram like weed thought, you know?
Really?
And he cast her from that. And there's like a girl in Red Rocket who we saw walking down the side of the street
Oh.
and thought she had a cool look, so he cast her.
That's cool.
And like all his like side characters and stuff, like
Yeah.
he just casts random people and he's like
yeah,
really good at it.
it had a really good like the sense of like reality.
yeah.
It had like a Safdie sort of vibe in terms of like the people they chose were really fitting for like you could tell like in the Safdie movie these are fucking New Yorkers, you know?
Yeah, and he does a kind of similar thing where
Yeah.
he casts like real people who kind of like fit the role.
Yeah, I could feel that in Florida Project. I like everything about it was like nice. I just there were a few too many scenes of kids wandering, being like, "My dad goes to jail a lot." And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I could see that. But I thought it had a cool like aesthetic.
The
Like, all
aesthetic was
sort of,
really
like,
nice.
Pink Florida buildings
Yeah,
and shit.
that one shot where Willem Dafoe's like smoking as like the sun sets.
Mhm.
I was like, man, that is mint. Like that looks phenomenal.
And that chick who played the mom is pretty hot. As a fucking like train wreck chick. Like
That is your type, actually. Yeah.
I could save her.
Yeah. All she needs is a Chrome boy to fix her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of. I was like, man, either this is like a normal actress who's just crushing it, or this is an authentically messy bitch.
Yeah, no, I think she was some chick who like did bong rips on Instagram Live.
Nice.
We cast her from that.
That rules, actually. That makes me like the movie more, knowing that. That's cool.
Yeah, I feel like you have some directors like I don't think Sean Baker's like the greatest director or whatever.
Yeah.
But his like the way he just casts
Yeah.
random
The kids were
people
fantastic.
is-
too.
is,
the
like,
kids were really good.
his like strong suit. I
Yeah.
think.
No, the kids, like when they had the cry at the end, it was like I was like, damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
Like that's like his casting was really, and like the direction was strong. It's just
Yeah. I mean
overall,
the story
movie-
does kind of like not really
it didn't do much for
go
most
anywhere
of the movie
and
until she gets taken away
yeah.
by CPS, which is like good. She's living
Probably,
in a hotel.
yeah, when she's
Like-
fucking doing tricks with the kid in the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and it was one of those ones where it's sort of like complicated, you know?
Yeah.
Because like you kind of feel bad that her kid's getting taken away.
Yeah.
But it's also like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if she's doing the best job here,
Yeah.
you know. And this
was a-
chick's kind of like out to lunch.
Yeah.
You know?
It was an enjoyable watch. Like I don't hate it. It just
Yeah.
story wise, it didn't like hit me as hard as maybe
Yeah.
it should have, but I still enjoyed it.
And it is kind of like meandering.
There was just
But-
if he cut out like 2 or 3 of the kids going on their little hikes just to show off like the weird Florida
Yeah.
architect, which is cool. Like the wizard store and shit is like cool.
Yeah. Like it has some charms for sure.
A lot of charm, yeah.
Like a smallish movie.
When they're all spitting on that lady's car. It's like,
Yeah.
sick. Me and my boys do that now.
But I do love the casting like real people
That's
rather
tight.
than professional actors.
Yeah, because that girl was really good.
And that's the same with like Safdies. Like
Yeah.
that movie, if you had like for those diamond dealer guys, instead of the guy who kind of sounds like this, if you had like, you know, some real Hollywood guy, so like Harrison Ford in that role or whatever. Be like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It wouldn't work as well, but like when those guys who were like harassing Adam Sandler who are like, you got fucking one day. It's
Yeah.
like I believe that he said this to a real person and like broke their hands.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I-
like all those like Diamond District guys. It's like I absolutely believe this guy has done exactly this 100 times.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's like, you better have that fucking money.
yeah.
He's definitely yelled that to a real guy before.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
probably like every day. He's
like it was,
give me my fucking money. Like,
yeah, like it was probably like scary on set with some of these guys.
yeah,
'Cause they have done like some gnarly shit. It was like that movie or that documentary, The Act of Killing.
Oh, that Indonesian one?
Yeah, where he just has 2 real hitmen, and they're like describing how they used to like suffocate people
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
with
get
their
blood
weird,
on
like,
them.
pulley system. Or
Yeah, so that
whatever.
you don't get blood on you, but you can still like choke someone to death.
That's a sick movie.
That's a really sick movie.
I've been rewatching some like Adam Curtis documentaries. You ever watch any of his stuff?
What did he do?
He does these like he's a BBC guy who does these documentaries. Like the one I watched recently was called like Hypernormalization,
Whoa.
and he does sort of like collage documentaries.
Okay.
Which are all like archival footage and like music.
Okay.
And him like narrating it in his sort of David Attenborough style
okay.
voice.
Nice.
But it's all sort of about. It's kind of hard to. They're kind of hard to describe. Like hypernormalization's all about like. Because they'll have all these like sort of semi-unrelated bits
Yeah.
that kind of form a whole. That always kind of adds up to like we're all being like crushed and destroyed by like technological
Cool.
progress and our
Nice.
evil overlord leaders and stuff.
Sick.
So it's got all this stuff about like Gaddafi and how like
Oh.
he got held up as a terrorist guy, but like probably didn't actually do half the shit and was just like taking like the rap for it
Yeah.
to get like benefits from America and stuff. And like
Okay.
it's got this whole digression about in Putin's earlier days, this dude who was like his like wingman, who was a political technologist,
Yeah.
who would kind of he would like fund like anti-Putin political parties
Okay.
as well as like super like pro-Putin political parties, but he'd be like open about it. So just like no one knows like what to believe because he's just like openly playing both sides.
He's like Littlefinger.
Yeah, and making
Cool.
this sort of like chaotic system where like nobody knows what's true or false.
Very sick.
And this was sort of talking about how like yeah, this guy did that here, but like other people noticed.
Yeah.
And I guess this dude was some like avant-garde theater director who kind of like went into politics and made this
Whoa.
sort of like postmodern like political play
That's
where
extremely
he's funding
cool.
like all sides and like the opposition is funded by him and
That is extremely cool.
and Adam Curtis shit, it always has like these like super cool little vignettes and they're all sort of like tied together in this sort of like overwhelming like oh
Damn.
my god we're fucked. And they're cool. There's like a
That
bunch
rocks.
of them. Most of them are like on YouTube and shit for free.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds sick. That sounds better than watching my scheduled 4-hour analysis of a video game I'll never play.
Yeah. No, you should check them out. There's
Sounds good.
probably like half a dozen of them,
Sick.
and they're really cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, he's got like Century of Self is good, and
Hmm.
there's a few.
I was just gonna scroll on. I was gonna download TikTok and just scroll and see what kind of funny stuff I can look at there. But that sounds probably like a better use of my time.
Yeah. Speaking of TikTok,
Yeah,
did you follow the balloon?
I was keeping up with it a little bit. I was
Such
following
a
that a
weird
little bit.
fucking story. I don't know what to think about that
Well,
one.
I saw someone compared the route of the balloon to like locations of nuclear missile silos in the U.S.
Yeah,
and it's like pretty much all of them.
but you can't control it.
I think so.
No, it was just getting blown around. It didn't have an engine on it or whatever.
Didn't they say it just got like the China's official statement was like it just got like
Right,
lost?
which honestly I think is probably the
It
case.
probably did.
Because I feel like there's two options here. It's one, it is a super secret spy balloon
Mm-hmm.
that for some reason they decided to have it be a giant white thing that you can see from with the naked eye from the ground. What they could have just painted it blue or gray or something,
Yeah.
and no one would have fucking noticed.
No.
But that's a super secret spy balloon.
Mhm.
But then they like let it drift all the way across America,
Yeah.
scouting their nuclear bases.
Yeah.
And then shot it down after it had like committed its mission.
Yeah.
Or it really is a Chinese weather balloon, and
Yeah.
they shot it down out of like media-driven hysteria.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I honestly think it's probably the latter,
Or
but I don't know.
it's a Chinese spy balloon and the Chinese are controlling wind.
Yeah.
to push it over.
Well, I did see some people, because, like, some people were kind of like, well, it doesn't really make a ton of sense. Like, why would they make it this big, like, fucking white thing that you can just look up and see?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's like a Chinese mind game they're playing on us to intimidate us with their balloons.
I saw someone was saying that it's evidence that space isn't real because there's like a satellite attached to it. And they were like, yeah, this is just a satellite that got too low.
And all satellites are just big
Balloons in the sky.
Huh? Pretty much.
Yeah, which is true.
So I don't know. Maybe, yeah. But it's just like the Chinese must have some satellites.
Yeah.
So if you want a picture of the nuclear base from the air,
You can get
you
it.
can get it with a satellite.
Yeah.
And they have like TikTok, which is apparently like fucking spyware.
Yeah.
And they have like, you know, Chinese like scientist spies and shit.
Yeah.
And they have like, they make all the hardware, so they quite likely have like back doors into
yeah.
all sorts of our electronics.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do they need to float a fucking balloon that everyone can see over the
Probably
country?
is just
like,
an accident. Yeah.
I kind of feel like it probably is a weather balloon.
Yeah.
But just people got so freaked out about it that they fucking shot a $9 million missile at it. Like,
Yeah. It probably was just a
that's
big...
kind of, that's like my guess of what went down with all that. But
Yeah.
maybe it was the, I feel like there's, I don't know. I kind of feel like the Chinese, like, you see a lot of people like across the political spectrum are all like, we need to counter China. Like, China's a big fucking threat to
Yeah.
us. But it's like, what do they ever do?
They just have a lot of guys.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, the Chinese are playing a mean trick by building shit for cheap for us. And it's like, okay. And it's like the whole, like, oh, China, like, stole our jobs. It's like, no, they didn't. Our fucking leaders sold our jobs
Yeah,
to
they
them.
didn't steal them. China
Yeah.
was like, we'll just do it for cheaper.
We'll just do it for cheaper.
And they were-
and we get all
leaders were
this
like,
shit for
"Great."
cheap now.
Yeah.
Because they, like, work their asses off in these hideous dystopian factories they have to
Hellscape.
live in.
Nightmare, yeah.
But it's like, what does China ever do, like, to fuck with anybody, you know?
No.
Like, they seem to pretty much keep to themselves.
Yeah. Just doing their thing.
And, like, I don't know.
I agree. I think you're right.
I'm pro-Chinese.
I like the Chinese.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Got great food.
But, oh, speaking of China.
Yeah.
Have you seen the shit they're doing with India?
No.
Where, like, they're fighting battles on their border,
What?
but they, like, agreed. There's some border dispute they have.
No guns?
But they agreed to do no guns, so they fight
Maces?
with, like, maces
That
and
is so
swords and shit.
That is so... I saw a picture of, like, some Chinese soldiers with their big maces. I was
Yeah,
like, that is
and
really
I don't
cool.
quite know how it happened that they like agreed that like using guns would escalate things.
Yeah.
So we'll just fight with like hand-to-hand combat with like rebar and
I
shit
want...
like that.
They should televise that.
It's so cool.
That is so fucking cool.
Like that's just everyone should. That's what Russia and Ukraine should do.
Hand to hand.
Yeah, like you know, don't use artillery and shit.
Yeah.
Just like big hordes of guys with like
Swords.
metal pipes and
Yeah.
swords and shields.
Because Ukraine, you
and
know,
shit.
Ukraine has a like the mountain character, like from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
There's a Ukrainian guy who, if you just
Yeah.
put some armor on him, he'd be cleaving guys in half. That'd be sick.
but that's so cool on the behalf of China and India. That's
So
just like,
cool.
all right, no guns. We'll just settle this the old-fashioned
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Well, India has a bunch of guys like
Maces.
who are like from Triple R. Because
Yeah.
as far as I know, Triple R is a accurate depiction of Indian life currently.
Yeah,
So there are a bunch of dudes in India who can do that kind of stuff.
yeah, who can like jump in slow motion
And, like,
I believe
fight.
the Chinese use more of a Zerg type strategy. Just overwhelm the slow motion Indian dudes by just throwing bodies at them
Yeah.
until they get stuck in a pile of Chinese corpses and can't move around anymore.
That's what that weather balloon was for. That was the camera for Chinese's real life RTS war strategy.
yeah.
They were guiding it around and building bases. And they just lost it.
Yeah, got blown off course over America.
I'd love it. They should do a total war game with just based on that no guns.
Yeah,
sound.
yeah,
It's
or like a
Indian.
movie or something. Like it's one of the
That's so
coolest
fucking
things
cool.
going down right
Can you imagine
now.
making a movie that's like medieval warfare, but you can be like, yeah, this is set in 2023.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck their disputes over. It's some Himalayan border dispute, I guess.
I
Like
don't
this
know.
is our mountain.
Who can
No,
marry
it's
the most
ours.
white women?
Yeah, yeah.
I've fucking man, I just started thinking about that guy James Cage White again.
James. Oh, is he the Chinese guy?
Yeah, who named him? His last name is White because he just loves white women.
Yeah, actually, I saw he had a post on Twitter recently that was like a sort of side by side, like his doinky ass face and some chick, like wearing like panties,
Nice.
and or like Calvin Klein kind of like girl brief kind of
Yeah.
things. And it was kind of like, I'm thinking of buying some Calvin Kleins right now.
He's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
He's like when people like try to, because he's addicted to buying Steam games. That's his thing. Is like that's his vice.
Right.
Is purchasing games on Steam.
Yeah.
And people try to make him relapse by gifting him games on Steam.
Damn.
And he always has to tweet being like, "It is fate that I do not relapse. It is fate that I do not buy Steam game." And then he'll tweet like 12 hours later being like, "I bought Steam game."
I used to be like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's why I have like 150 Steam games.
You just
like
buy 'em?
25 of which I've played.
Yeah.
And I don't really anymore, but I used to just like, ooh, that could be cool. I'll buy
Yeah.
that for future reference, and then just like never fucking play it.
Oh yeah. Me too. So if you see a bunch of not chill stuff in my Steam library, it's just because I was like,
I got an addiction.
Maybe I'm I'm a victim. Really, I'm addicted.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I might like this
Yeah, maybe one day I'll be into
orc massage.
orc massage. Yeah,
One day.
hentai simulator.
Yeah, maybe one day.
9.
Not right now.
Yeah, not now.
It's
That's
a fun-
I'm not into that.
I like to think about a potential future.
Yes, you see
do
that I
that.
have kissing hairy men simulator. It's like, well, maybe in the future. I'm not into that shit now. But
I
you
don't
never
know what
in the
TikTok's
future.
gonna do to my brain, but I might be into this later.
Yeah, and it's on sale.
It's fucking.
It's only 50 cents.
I'm stealing it from them.
yeah.
I'm killing the developers on this. I'm putting them out.
I'm taking them for a ride here.
I'm making out like a damn thief.
Yeah.
How long are we at here?
55 minutes.
Whew, let's kill 5 minutes. Let's just watch DJ Funny Bone videos for 5 minutes in silence.
DJ Funny Bone.
No, he is. He shaved his head recently.
Oh, nice.
He looks crazy.
He's still doing his
His funny, hilarious sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do a little what's trending on Twitter.
yeah. Let's see what's going on.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, everyone's mad he's dating another 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Who gives a? That's a win-win for both people. Because the
Yeah.
19-year-old girl gets to be like, I'm dating fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
And the thing with him is like I've never really heard that he's like a crazy drug addict,
No.
drunk or anything. Like probably dating Leo is pretty sick.
Yeah,
And you know you're gonna get recycled
but
at some point.
yeah.
But while it lasts, you go around on his fucking yacht and all
Yeah.
that shit. And
You have
like,
a fun time. Once you hit like
I don't know.
22, he probably, your ride's over. But
And I see like people getting all pissed off about it, and I'm kind of like, okay, like what age are women capable of making decisions for themselves? You know,
Yeah.
I guess it's not 18.
No.
It's like,
yeah,
is it 30?
when are we gonna like
40?
trust these bitches to like make decisions on their own?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, it's not like it's not like he's going to Lakers games with a 13-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, I figured like two adults dating. I don't give a shit.
I don't care,
They
yeah.
can make up their own minds about
Whatever.
it.
That would be funny if one day he was just like courtside with a 12-year-old.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that would be different.
Yeah, then maybe we should be mad.
Yeah,
But if it's just some 19-year-old girl,
and like dating Leo's probably sick.
probably cool. Yeah, he doesn't
He
seem
probably
like
goes
insane.
to cool places.
Yeah,
and,
cool
you know,
parties, and
Yeah.
you get to hang out. Yeah, on his yacht.
And I've never heard about him being like a wild maniac or something. So
Yeah.
it's probably a pleasant enough time.
yeah,
And then, yeah, you turn 25 and he's suddenly blocks your phone number and lives at a different house now or something. But
you wake up in a weird. You wake up just back in your normal apartment.
yeah.
You have no. You're like, what? Did I dream all this?
Yeah, and he Men in Black flashes you or whatever.
Yeah. Like if Gary Busey was like all of a sudden dating an 18-year-old girl, I'd be a little concerned for her safety. I'd
Yeah.
be like, all right, well, he's like a known wild man.
Like, even still, it's just
She's
like,
an adult.
I feel like we have this number,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, at this number, you're an adult.
Mm-hmm. So make
And
your own
then
decisions.
And then it's on you,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if like fucking if like fucking Jennifer Aniston all of a sudden was dating like a 20-year-old guy,
Yeah.
I don't think people would be that.
Well, and I see people do the whole like, oh, like just like the wealth and power disparity is off. But it's kind of like, well, it's just like as a dude being rich and powerful,
Yeah.
it's like points towards your like attractiveness meter. you
Yeah.
know? And if you had like two like 20-year-olds, and it's like a super hot chick
Yeah.
and a weird, ugly, like nerd dude,
Yeah.
like she kind of has more power than him.
Definitely.
Is that like an abusive relationship? Because
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like once you're an adult, it's on you.
I could not care less about who he's dating as long as they're adults.
Yeah.
Even if he was dating a child, I probably wouldn't be like, we need to get him. I'd just be like, that's crazy. You know?
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's totally nuts that DiCaprio's taking yacht pictures with a 10-year-old girl. I'd be like, that's nuts.
But that would be like once you cross that threshold, the other side.
Yeah.
It becomes something different.
Then it's like, okay, whoa,
But
that's
if it's
wild.
just two adults, it's like,
Whatever.
Who
gives a
It's
fuck?
like that picture of Anna Nicole Smith with her like 99-year-old Skeletor ass husband.
Yeah.
It's like clearly, it's like this guy, his attractiveness meter is based on the fact he's a billionaire.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. It's like anyone dating Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It's like, well, obviously you're not dating him because he's hot.
No.
Or his personality's
funny.
cool. Yeah. Or he's like fun to be around at all.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. He knows what you're doing.
He's gonna impregnate you, and then you got,
a weird little alien baby.
You got a weird little alien baby, but you get child support.
You get really good child
really
support.
Really good child support. Probably
Yeah.
like $1 million a month or something like that.
Really crazy child support. So you're fine.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. No, Leo, it's just a guy balling out.
Yeah.
Let him ball out.
Yeah.
He's a rich, hot for some reason. You know, I see a lot of pictures where I'm like, oh, you look feral.
I feel like he's kind of past his main hotness stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like
he's nice
it's
looking.
just one of those things where he's like, he's good enough looking.
Yeah.
But he's also like a rich, famous celebrity.
A-lister, yeah.
And that like counts.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's probably a lot of 20-year-old chicks who would be down to date Leonardo DiCaprio, even if they know like this is going to be 4 years.
Yeah.
Where I get to ride around on a yacht and go to Leo parties and stuff.
I doubt anyone who dates him is like, I'm the one he's going to marry. I think they all know that.
Yeah.
They're all like, no, I get what
it's probably
this is.
fun enough while it lasts.
Yeah. You get to tell your kids later, like, yeah, I used to date Leonardo DiCaprio.
Like, she's a lot older than me and a lot richer. There would be a big power differential.
Yeah.
But if Dolly Parton was single,
I know you'd be in there.
I'd be there.
You'd be in. I know if Bjork was single.
Oh yeah.
I know you'd be all over Bjork.
Yeah. Fucking weird ass Bjork.
I know this.
Even if Dolly, I know she's gonna drop me when I turn 21 in 6 years.
Yeah. No, I know. I could.
I'd be in it for the ride.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Hang out at Dollywood.
Yeah. So basically, guys, the thesis is that
age gap good.
Cool. Michael Jackson
did nothing wrong.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
To my knowledge.
He got set up by Sony so they could acquire the Beatles' music rights.
That's a fact.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Except for people who are compromised. Yeah. Man, I saw some clip of Michael Jackson. Where was it? It was some TV show thing, but it was like when he was still black. Man, that guy could dance.
Oh yeah.
Like he was just doing this like moonwalk thing where he's just like sliding around.
Yeah, he was
the
cool as
stage,
fuck.
And like fuck that, he might be the best dancer of all time.
His little cool lean he would do.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Like he was unbelievably talented.
Yeah.
At dancing and singing and shit.
That Michael Jackson guy sure can sing.
Yeah, the hot take here. You guys might not have heard this one
He's
before.
got some pipes on him.
Yeah, that guy could sing and dance.
Yeah, he's man, rest in peace.
Yeah, rip to a real one.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was tight.
A real innocent one.
A real victim.
Yeah, he was the victim. Yeah.
Maybe all those kids were molesting him.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
Top white guys of all time. One of the coolest white guys of all time, I'd say. Like people say white guys can't dance. I feel like Michael Jackson is sort of like case in point. They can actually.
They got some moves on them.
Yeah. Yeah, if people say white guys don't have rhythm, like have you
ever
seen Michael
Jackson? And I've heard he was pretty good at basketball. Talk shit about white people again.
Yeah, because he became ours.
He literally became white.
He chose. He made a adult decision to become a white guy.
He was what?
And it
30?
counts retroactively.
Yeah, so everything he did was.
So even when he was like 9 or whatever.
Yeah,
that's just a white boy feeling it.
He's the most successful transracial guy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because Rachel
Ollie
Dolezal.
London, eat your fucking heart out.
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah.
You fucking wish. Rachel Dolezal's trying to do the opposite.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
trying to be black and it's not working out.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, he hit the fucking switch. It was go time. He hit
And
the
he's
ground
just
running.
like a perfectly normal looking white dude.
Nothing weird about his appearance at all.
Yeah, just average white guy.
We actually look a lot like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah.
We both look kind of like Michael Jackson. Oh, man.
All right, so we're at 105 here.
Nice. Should we wrap this up and then
Yep.
hop into the real business talk?
The real biz talk.
The brass tacks.
All right, we'll catch you guys in a week or 2 weeks or a
Stay
month.
goonin'.
Stay goonin'. Stay goonin', fellas.